Hi everyone, Janie here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are having a fantastic day. I am out and about doing errands and I'm having a little bit of trouble. I don't know if you guys have the same problem, but every time I go out and get in my car and go and do errands, I end up at the plant store. Sorry, I had to do that. So I am out and about today. I am doing errands. And then I thought when I was walking out of my house, I was walking past my front flower box and I thought, I want color. I'll show you guys a picture of it right now. It looks gorgeous. The Bacopa looks absolutely beautiful there. But I want some color. So I knew I was going to be, I'm in Folsom, which is very close to Sacramento, where I live very close to Sacramento, basically all suburbs of Sacramento. And so I want to go to Green Acres, the plant store that's in Folsom. Usually I go to the Elk Grove one, but I figured that I was here and I'll go here and I'll see what they have for my flower box by my front door. Now that flower box is shade. It gets like a couple minutes of sun in the morning, and that's about it. So I'm looking for shade plants and I'm looking for color. And last year I had begonias in there and they looked absolutely gorgeous and I loved it. And my plan for this year was I was growing begonias from tubers, bulbs. I can never remember what you call the begonias, but I was growing them from the bulbs and they're just taking forever. And I'm growing caladiums and they're just taking forever. And I really want to get some color in right now, just for that instant gratification. So I don't know how I ended up here, but I just did. So let's go in. Okay, here are the Riger begonias, and this is what I had last year in the flower box, and they did so well. They got so big and so blooming. They were gorgeous. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go with this kind of salmon-y color, yellow, and then I'll find some other purple, and it will be consistent with what I'm doing in my backyard, which is yellow, pink, and bluish purple as well. I'm excited. I have never seen this. It's called a shrimp plant. It looks like a shrimp. How cool. All right, it is the next day. I am back at home. I am in my front yard, and I have to say I am so happy. I stopped by that garden center yesterday. It was a fantastic trip. I wasn't even planning on stopping by there, obviously, but I'm so glad I did. It was just one of those days where I found everything I needed within 5 minutes, and then 5 more minutes, and I found 10 other things that I didn't need, but I really wanted. So I got those teepees or detours or obelisks, whatever you want to say. I got those as tomato supports that I'm going to put in my kitchen garden. And I wanted something kind of fancy, kind of pretty, because my kitchen garden, we see it all the time. It's front and center, and I really wanted it to be kind of decorative, the tomato supports. So they might not support the tomatoes as well as an actual tomato cage will, but I think that they'll be beautiful and I'll be able to reuse them, and I think they're gorgeous, and I'm so happy I found them. And then in addition to that, I found all the plants and more that I need for this flower box right here up by my front door. So here is the flower box in question. It is right by our front door. You can see it right there. So we pass by this multiple times a day. And I planted this flower box up, I think in early December, maybe, yeah, I think early December. And I wanted to have kind of a monochromatic green and white look so that it wouldn't clash with Christmas decorations, winter, all that kind of stuff. So it was really beautiful, but now I'm craving color, and I don't want to wait for my begonias and caladiums. I know that that was my plan, but I really want to get things going. So I have these 3 boxwoods that I got off the clearance rack at Lowe's. They are perfectly good. They're actually thriving. They're doing really well, so I'm definitely going to keep those. Actually, I'm going to keep everything in this. There is no point to throw any of it away because it's all doing really well. I have a random hosta. You guys know how I am about hostas, so I must have put a hosta in here at some point and then forgot about it. I thought I had another one over there. Like I would have put 2 in, but it's not coming up, or I must have dug it out and I don't know where the hosta is, so I will transplant that. And then I have a couple purple fountain grasses that are, they're starting to pop up right there. They don't start popping up until a little bit later, especially these because they're in mostly shade. And so I'm going to save all of this stuff. There's no point to get rid of it. It's all perfectly good. I just want a little bit more color. And here is the color. I am so excited about this. I think it just looks so cheerful and so happy and so just alive. I love the pink, yellow, and purple combo. And then I also have Dichondra Silver Falls that I'm going to use as my spiller over it. So I have this. So these are Riger begonias, and I had these last year in this window box right here, and they did so well. I was so happy with them. So beautiful. So I'm really excited to repeat those. And then here I have some purple bacopa, which is what I have in this little trio of pots right behind me. I'll show you guys that in a second. It's doing really well. As it gets hotter, it might slow down a little bit, and I'll be okay with that. But for now, I want to put it in and I want to enjoy the color while I can have it. So I am super excited about these. I hope they all fit. I might have over-purchased just a little bit, but it's kind of hard not to, especially when you're having a good day at the garden center. So here are those trio of pots I was talking about. You can barely even see the pots. Everything's growing so fantastic. So in this pot right here, my gate's gonna close. Sorry. I was trying to hold that open with one hand. Okay, in this pot right here, I have the purple bacopa that's doing really well. I have some purple sweet alyssum, and then over here, I have my sparkling amethyst superbena that I transplanted from my kitchen garden. Really doing beautiful. I do see some slug damage, so I'm gonna have to bait for some slugs. I cannot wait for the slugs to be totally done for the season. It's almost hot enough for them to be going away. In this old watering can that I didn't like, I drilled holes in the bottom, and then I put trailing lantana in it, and that's doing crazy good. And then up here in this giant one, I have Mystic Spire's Blue Salvia. That's exactly what I have over there. And then I have common heliotrope that smells amazing. I have purple nemesia, and then I have some lamium underneath as well. So it's going crazy. It's so happy and it's so beautiful. And then the star jasmine is growing into it. But I have to say, I love this look. I love this like secret garden, like kind of one thing spilling into the other look. I think it's beautiful. Okay, so here is a before shot of the window box, what it looks like before. I do have to say, yes, I know this window is so ugly. We actually, when we moved into the house, we hired a big box store to come and replace all of our windows. And I think because of everything that's going on in the world, it took almost a year for the new windows to come. When we ordered those windows, we were trying to save, pinch a penny, and we decided not to replace this window because this window just goes from here into the garage. That's it. So we thought, oh, we don't need that. We don't need that for, insulation or anything. So we just left it. And now I am kicking myself because it's front and center. I don't know what I was thinking. It looks old. It looks ugly. It's time for a new window. So we bit the bullet and we did order a new window for it to be replaced. However, it could take up to a year for it to be replaced. It just takes so long. It's crazy. So hopefully it will get replaced sometime this season, but I'm not betting on it. All right, so I am not going to replace the soil because I don't remember the last time I totally replaced the soil, but I know when I planted these, I put in 2 or 3 bags of new soil. So I know that the soil's pretty fresh, and I'll just freshen it up with some Sure Start as well. All right, let's get planting. after shot. Isn't it gorgeous? And a wheelbarrow full of stuff that I have to go transplant very fast. So here's a closer look. I just watered it, so it's kind of dripping, but you can see I have these corally pink Reiger begonias. I think I'm saying that correctly, Reiger. And then yellow ones, and then this purple bacopa, which is gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. And then interspersed in between, which you can't really see a ton of it yet, but this is the dichondra silver falls. And that the silver falls is going to fall over here, and it's going to get all into my hostas and my ostrich fern, and I'm planning to give them a haircut ever so often so that it doesn't grow into them. Last year I had creeping Jenny here, and it was absolutely gorgeous, but I had to give it a haircut all the time. It really likes this place. I think it's because it has a little bit of morning sun, and then it's nice and warm and protected. So it's just a really good spot for plants like this. So I might have gone a little overboard. I was shoving them in, and I am totally aware of it, but I figured I already purchased them. I want to use them. I only had one yellow begonia left over, and I will find another spot for that. Isn't that pretty? I don't know why. I'm really loving this light yellow this year. I think it's beautiful. So yeah, so a little bit overboard, but instant impact, absolutely gorgeous. I'm super happy with it. So I'm actually not gonna film transplanting these other plants into the backyard because I am in quite a rush. We actually have 2 soccer games at the exact same time at 2 separate fields across town from each other in an hour. So Jason and I have to get a move on. We got to get going. I got to get these things planted, and then we got to get the soccer stuff all together. You know that drill. So I hope you all enjoyed this. I had fun with this one. It was, it was a fun time at the garden center, and I'm always so happy when they have beautiful things there. I know you all know what I'm talking about. So if you enjoyed this, please consider subscribing, and I hope you all have a chance to get into your garden today.